This episode is sponsored by Seed Scout. Let me tell you about a unique company that's changing the game in the sperm donation industry. Founded by a lesbian couple, a lawyer, and pediatrician, this company is tackling the issues in traditional sperm banks head on. They've already helped nearly 200 clients and have over 400 donors on board. What's really impressive is that over 80% of their clients and donors are LGBTQ, showing their commitment to inclusivity. Unlike the big, impersonal banks, this company is independently owned by its founders, meaning they're not influenced by private equity or big pharma. They offer a level of transparency and personal connection that you just won't find anywhere else. Clients get to see detailed profiles with medical histories, donor and family photos, and even interview potential donors, ensuring that everyone involved feels comfortable and secure. One of the key differences is their commitment to limiting each donor to just 3 families so that kids won't have hundreds of half-siblings, and they require donors to provide regular medical updates to keep everyone informed. Their donors are also older and more mature, starting at 24, which adds an extra layer of responsibility to the process. Plus, they're doing amazing work in representing diverse communities with a strong number of Black, Hispanic, and Jewish donors. If you're looking for a more personal and ethical approach in finding a sperm donor, this is the company to check out. They're redefining the industry by putting people first and making sure that every match is made with care and consideration. This episode is sponsored by Osea. Yesterday, my girlfriend said I'm more high maintenance than her, which is definitely not true, but I definitely do like taking care of myself, and one of the ways I do that is by taking an everything shower. It's the best self-care ritual, and Osea's new Undaria Algae Body Wash is essential in my shower routine. It gives a tropical paradise vibe with its iconic all-natural, uplifting, citrusy scent. It provides a gentler plant-based cleansing experience and an all-natural scent that won't give you a headache. And if you've been watching the show for a while, you know I'm very sensitive to scents. I personally love it, especially because I'm not like the girliest girl when it comes to my routines. It's nice to have a body wash that is so hydrating in the shower, because honestly, I do not always remember to put lotion on after the shower. But this body wash leaves your skin soft, smooth, and revitalized. It's a gentler cleansing experience than traditional body washes. With Osea, you never have to choose between your values and your best skin. It's mother-daughter and woman-founded and led, which you know I love. So upgrade your shower with clean, vegan face and body care from Osea. Get 10% off your first order site-wide with code Shannon at oseamalibu.com. You'll get free samples with every order and free shipping on orders over $60. Head to oseamalibu.com and use code Shannon for 10% off. Hi guys, if you're watching this, then you are in fact seeing me in a very vulnerable state because I don't feel well, which doesn't happen that often. So when I am like not feeling well, it's kind of like, what is going on? So today's intro, even though I say this each week, will be actually very, very short because I'm like unwell. So I'm going to go back to sleeping. I've been sleeping like all day and I'm hoping that it's just like a 24-hour thing and I'll feel great tomorrow. But yeah, today has been rough. I woke up throwing up. TMI, maybe TMI. I really just wanted to give you guys a heads up on this episode, give a trigger warning because there is some like talk of graphic experience. If you're not familiar with Brooklinn, who is the guest this week, who I'm obsessed with, like truly obsessed, want to be her best friend forever and ever. If that's possible, Brooklinn, let me know. But yeah, if you're not familiar with her story, she had encounter with a dog, like a dog attack, and we talk about it and she gives detail about the attack. So if that's something that's gonna bother you, either skip towards the end of the episode or skip this week's episode, just because I want you guys to take care of yourselves. Don't listen to things that are gonna make you feel woozy, but it honestly, like, I think you could handle it, but I'm just letting you know, just so anyone who has like a weak stomach is aware ahead of time. But yeah, I'm so grateful that she came, that she talked to me about that and so many other things. And I hope you guys enjoy this episode. My mental health is just as bad as my mental health is good, but my mental health is being overshadowed by my physical health as of right this second. So just gonna go right into the episode. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you will give this video a thumbs up. Follow Brooklyn on all her accounts. She's so cool, and yeah, definitely worth following, and her story is amazing. I can't wait to see all the things she does from here on out. Okay, bye. Okay, hi guys, welcome back to X's and O's, a podcast where we talk about queer relationships and sex, and I'm so excited for my guest today. We followed each other on social media for a long time, but we just met for the first time all of 11 minutes ago.
And it's going great.
It's going great so far. No technical difficulties, like everything's awesome. Anyway, her name is Brooklinn Khoury. You may know her. She's a skateboarder, she's a model, she is a content creator, and I'm so excited to have you here today to talk about all things.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh my God, thank you for coming. We did film already a little bit, and the file was corrupt. So we're going to try to act natural and like this has never happened before.
Never.
So, yeah.
But wait, you did say something that you're not mentioning now that you got into like, what was it?
Whittling? No. Honestly, my audience is probably happy that I didn't bring up. So originally we talked about my wood whittling. I don't need to do that right now. But I could whittle you like a little skateboard.
I want something. That was my point.
Okay.
I'm bringing it up.
I'll whittle you a skateboard, and maybe I'll learn how to
crochet.
I'll make you a
for
beanie.
a beanie. Thank you. All right. I'm just remembering. I'm
Yeah.
glad you remember.
You're holding me accountable
Thank
to
you.
something we already agreed on. Okay. Anyway, we were talking about before. Well, Brooklynn's been everywhere. Talked about this story on all different kinds of platforms like Dr. Phil and Tony Hawk's podcast, which is fucking crazy.
They're both fun.
So crazy. What do you think? Where else have you talked? Like other talk shows too, right?
I don't even remember. I think they're like
Good
in
Morning
the beginning.
America.
Yeah, like when I was doing that, it was more of like an update on my progress of like surgery, but not really like talking about it. I would say like talking about it was definitely on like Dr. Phil, and then like certain podcasts where it's like longer formatted stuff, not like a 5-minute segment. But yeah, just I love sharing everything, so it's cool.
And I originally asked if she minded talking about this story over and over again, and then she told the whole story, and then now we have to do it again.
Now we have to do it again. So to answer your question for the second time.
Yeah, do you mind talking about this?
Like, come on. No, I do not mind talking about it. I mentioned before that if it's like helping one person that has never heard about my story, or maybe somebody that's going through something similar, to just feel less alone. That's literally why I share my story. Because I felt so alone in the hospital when I was going through all of this, and I was trying to find somebody that I could relate to. And when I couldn't, I was like, I want to be that person. Even if it makes me uncomfortable, I want to be that person that can help other people.
Yeah, which is so vulnerable, especially because of the injury that you had. Like, I'm sure that was a lot to be
gnarly.
Showing the world. Like,
I feel bad too, like when I post certain things. Like I know it's graphic and I know it's kind of gory, but I'm also like, this is literally the reality of it.
Totally. I don't think you should feel bad at all. Plus, doesn't Instagram
Shannon said not to feel bad, so I don't.
Yeah, don't. I feel like Instagram blurs it, right?
No, I have to blur it.
You have to say?
Yeah, no, I blurred it because they were starting to delete everything that I would post.
So you had to like do like trigger warning kind of
Exactly.
situation.
So now I like blur it.
Wow.
Just for like, I feel bad too because some people just don't like blood, and it doesn't bug me, but that doesn't mean it doesn't bug somebody else. So
totally.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
You know, a little blur here and there, I guess.
Well, the crazy thing, I mean, I feel like your story is very unique, but also I'm sure other people have had similar situations.
Yeah.
But I think the thing that is relatable about your content in general is like the positivity, and that you're trying to like radiate positivity. And even if someone hasn't been necessarily like attacked by a dog, they could just be like going through a hard time and seeing the message that you're putting out and being like, okay, if Brooklyn can go through this and still be smiling, like whatever's going on in my life maybe is not as like hard.
You saying that makes me so happy because I feel like every time I post something, I'm like, why am I even posting? Like, who even cares? But then it's like hearing that, or hearing like other people come forward and telling me their stories and how they're able to relate to me, like either mentally or physically. It's just like, that's literally why I'm posting what I'm posting. And even if I'm having a hard day, if it's helping somebody else, that's literally all I can ask for.
100%.
I just want people to feel like okay, like.
Yeah. Well, you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
And there's so much more to you than just obviously this story. Like you're skateboarding and you're a girl, which is like already
that's so cool
just
being a girl.
Yeah. It's so cool to be a girl, but also to be a skateboarder. I feel like there's not that much representation.
Yeah.
It's getting so much more. Anyway, we should go back. We'll circle back. If you don't know what we're talking about,
you will.
And we're going to get to hear it again here in the studio. But in November 2020, you had an an experience with a dog.
Yeah.
Would you want to tell the story again?
Yes.
Okay.
So I was in my cousin's house in Arizona, and I was visiting. I'd visited this dog multiple times, and I was in like an L-shaped kitchen, and I was looking at my cousin. I was petting the dog who was sitting down completely, and I was like, "You're such a good boy." And then I turned back to at what my cousin was doing, and then I turned back and looked at the dog, and then he sprung from like a sitting position straight onto my upper lip, hanging his like whole body. And I was telling you like your fight or flight situation, like you or fight or flight.
Yeah.
What do you call it?
Yeah.
Instinct kicks in so quickly when you're in that type of situation. So I was just like, okay, I'm gonna hold his head and just go wherever he goes. And he kind of like was pulling me like a tug of war, like back
that's what
and
they
forth.
do, right?
Yeah, like I was literally a chew
thrash.
toy.
Yeah.
And then like the back and forth, and then that again, and then finally after like 60 seconds, I felt a release, and then I like pushed him off of me. And then when I pushed him off, I like saw something go from his mouth, like hit the wall and fell down. And I'm a skater. I have a really high pain tolerance, so I didn't think what was actually happening happened. I had thought like maybe he bit my lip and then let go, and that was it. That was not the case. My whole entire lip was on the ground. So yeah, it was.
That is so gnarly.
It was really gnarly. But yeah, he unfortunately like took my upper lip off. I didn't realize it yet. I took my phone out to like kind of like mirror and see like what I looked like on my camera. I accidentally hit the volume button, took a picture. So I have that like original photo. And if you look at it, like my eyes, everybody always talks about how my eyes look because I just look so like
scared.
Like, oh, what the heck?
Yeah.
How do you fix this type of thing? But yeah, and then I didn't really realize what I looked like in that picture because I just saw it for a second, just saw a bunch of blood. Then I walked into the bathroom and I like put my hands. I vividly remember just like putting my hands on the sink and I like looked up. And then as soon as I looked up, I was just like, how do you fix this? Like, how do you fix this?
Yeah.
And you asked me before if they thought they were just gonna be able to like sew the lip on.
Totally.
That's what in my head I was like staying positive from that moment. I looked at myself. I was like, dude, they're just gonna sew it back on. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Obviously not the case, but yeah, just seeing myself and like seeing what I looked like and just that image of like that, I was like, how do you fix that?
It's got to be shocking. And you were already modeling then too, right?
Yeah, I just started like skateboarding modeling, and I had a commercial coming up that I was gonna do like 2 days later. So I was excited for that. Everything happens for a reason. There was a reason why this happened, unfortunately. But yeah, I was supposed to do like a skateboarding thing. I was so excited. You feel like you work so hard at some things and then it just gets stripped from you, but like some things for the better. Yeah. But, I mean, I don't know, but
but that's, oh my gosh. And then you've had like a really long road to recovery after that, right? Because when did you have your first major surgery after that?
So I got attacked. They just sewed me up basically. Like they were like, this is all we can do. Your lip is over there like dying. And I like looked over at it and I just remember it looked like a worm like shriveled up. And I was like, oh, that's so gnarly. Okay,
is it because it took so long to get to the hospital?
Yeah, it took like 45 minutes for me to get to the hospital. And it was 11 minutes away. Long story, but like, yeah, it is what it is. Situation was that, like I said before, like trauma. When you're going through that and somebody else sees it, it's not like you always know how to react to those situations. So I don't blame anybody for what happened, but obviously not for what happened. It was the dog. But anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, of course, people's reactions, maybe things could have been faster, better. Yeah. Whatever.
But yeah, the lip was like sitting without ice, I think, for 45 minutes. So like by that time it was like already getting a little crusty. Not crusty. Oh. That's crazy. Yeah.
But you couldn't like retouch
Couldn't save it.
But that was 2020 and then you didn't have your first surgery till
next November. So I literally did not have a lip for a year. So like navigating life with that and just sharing what I was sharing to the public and walking around in the public and just hearing what people say. Like I was like, who raised half these people? Yeah. For people to come up to someone that they don't know and like say something like that, I'm like, wow, that's crazy.
No, it's wild.
Oh my gosh, so crazy.
Also to go from, like, it's almost like, yeah.
Do you want to know what's the craziest part about this whole thing too? Like, I had a zit on my upper lip driving back from somewhere to go to the house, and I sent it to one of my friends, and I cropped my lip out because I was so embarrassed of this little zit I had on my upper lip. 15 minutes later, it's that next photo of me without a lip. And it just shows you, like, how insecure we can be about something, and we should just be grateful for everything at the end of the day. But
no, totally.
15 minutes later, and it's like completely gone. It was wild.
A lot. I can't even imagine how many lessons you've learned and like how fast.
Crazy.
Because how does that not change and affect your whole entire life, like forever?
Yeah, and like even before, so like coming back from that place, we were in this vitamin shop getting vitamins for the dog. And I walked in and the lady was like, "Hey, how are you?" And I love talking. I was like, "So good. How are you?" She's like, "I just want you to know you're going to remain positive through everything that happens in your life." And I was like, "Thank you so much. Like, I love that. Thank you." Walked in the store. She was like, "Hey, do you remember what I said?" I was like, "Excuse me?" Like looking at I don't even know. I would think I was looking at a room mist. And I was like, "Sorry, what?" And she's like, "You're going to remain positive through everything that you go through." And I was like, "Thank you so much." Like, I was like, "I'll remember that. I promise." And then I was driving home and then the attack happened. So I'm like, I want to know where literally. This lady is. Cause I'm like, did you feel like something was going to happen? Like,
that's really wild.
Crazy.
Have you ever gone back?
No, I don't even know where I was. Somewhere in Arizona.
It could have been anywhere. Wherever you are,
some
lady.
Vitamin shop.
I hope you're watching this podcast.
Please.
Probably not. She seemed probably like more of a Dr. Phil.
She was like
audience.
Yeah. She was like, "Man, that girl looks familiar."
That's so... Oh my gosh, what are the odds of both of those things too?
It was crazy. Like that's what I'm saying, like the whole experience and like looking back and like really reflecting on everything that happened, it's kind of trippy.
Yeah.
Like trippy.
I can't even imagine.
It's crazy.
Do you feel like you were a super positive person before you had that experience?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I remember I just found a book recently with my friend Jordan. My brother was like, he used to be into books, and my friend was like, "I want to read this book." My brother was like, "I have it." And we were like opening the book, and I had written in the book, because I didn't read, I just drew. I would pretend like I was reading, like I was super studious in school. And then I remember I wrote "Everything happens for a reason." And she was like, "Hey, Brooklyn, like, let me show you this." And I had maybe been like, I was probably 13. And she was like, "Look at this." And I was like, that's so crazy. I feel like everything that I went through in my life, like, set me up for this moment. Mm-hmm. And I was always bullied in school. I don't know, just the way that my parents raised me of just not caring. They're jealous if they're making fun of you, that type of stuff, where I look back at my life and I'm like, I was so set up for this now to just not care. I do not care what anybody thinks, because I'm like
but that's such a unique like outlook to have, because I feel like some people could have had that experience and really, really like let it just take them down. Yeah. And instead you've used it to make like so much positive change and talk on all these platforms. And like,
it was my dad.
Really?
My dad's from Lebanon, and he has like a very like hard, loving mindset. Mm-hmm. And I was in the car coming back from one of the first doctor's appointments, and the doctor's like, your life's never going to be the same, right? And that's not something you want to hear when you're just, obviously my life's never going to be the same. Like, something traumatic just happened. Like, I know that. But he was like just so negative, and I just got in the car and I was so defeated, and I was like, why is this happening to me? Like, why is this happening? Like, why me? Yeah. And my dad was like, "Hey, like," and I was like, "Dad, I'm having a bad moment. Like, let me have." Sad for a second? I was like, "Please, like 2 minutes." Yeah. And he's like, "Fine." He's like, "Don't let that minute turn into a week." He's like, "Don't let that week turn into a month." He's like, "Don't let that month turn into years." He's like, "You can go one or two ways with this attack." And I was like, "Tell me, like, please." And he's like, "You can go sit and at home and feel bad for yourself and let it affect you." He's like, "Or you can heal and take every day as it comes and just do what you were gonna do." Yeah. And I was like, "Dad, but like 1 sec." You know what I mean? I'm like, "Dad, come on."
You're like, "Okay, let me have the 1 minute." Literally. And then I promise I won't do the week in the year.
Exactly.
But you also like posted a week after the attack, right? Like your first YouTube video is like 1 week after.
You know why?
No. This episode is sponsored by Seed Scout. Let me tell you about a unique company that's changing the game in the sperm donation industry. Founded by a lesbian couple, a lawyer and pediatrician, this company is tackling the issues in traditional sperm banks head on. They've already helped nearly 200 clients and have over 400 donors on board. What's really impressive is that over 80% of their clients and donors are LGBTQ, showing their commitment to inclusivity. Unlike the big, impersonal banks, this company is independently owned by its founders, meaning they're not influenced by private equity or big pharma. They offer a level of transparency and personal connection that you just won't find anywhere else. Clients get to see detailed profiles with medical histories, donor and family photos, and even interview potential donors, ensuring that everyone involved feels comfortable and secure. One of the key differences is their commitment to limiting each donor to just 3 families so that kids won't have hundreds of half-siblings, and they require donors to provide regular medical updates to keep everyone informed. Their donors are also older and more mature, starting at 24, which adds an extra layer of responsibility to the process. Plus, they're doing amazing work in representing diverse communities with a strong number of Black, Hispanic, and Jewish donors. If you're looking for a more personal and ethical approach in finding a sperm donor, this is the company to check out. They're redefining the industry by putting people first and making sure that every match is made with care and consideration. This episode is sponsored by Osea. When did everything showers even enter your vocabulary? Because I feel like I only recently started using that term, and it's honestly rare for me to do an everything shower. But when I do them, oh my God, am I doing everything? Truly. It's in the name, I guess. But honestly, with winter coming, I probably will ditch a few steps in my everything showers from here until it's hot again. Namely shaving, obviously. But I will not neglect Osea's new Undaria Algae Body Wash. I promise you that. It will be used for every shower. Undaria Algae Body Wash infuses your shower with the healing power of the sea. Formulated with nourishing, nutrient-rich Undaria seaweed, glycerin, and an oil blend. I love that Osea uses natural plant-based ingredients and that the scent is citrusy with notes of grapefruit, lime, and cypress, blended with sweet notes of mango mandarin. It smells like summer, and it also doesn't smell overwhelming, which is very important to me personally. Also, I'm obsessed with that it's clean, vegan, cruelty-free, and climate-neutral certified. I don't know about y'all, but I am hoping that the planet will stick around a little longer, and I can feel good using Osea products. Upgrade your shower with clean, vegan face and body care from Osea. Get 10% off your first order site-wide with the code Shannon at OseaMalibu.com. You'll get free samples with every order and free shipping on orders over $60. Head to OSEAMalibu.com and use code Shannon for 10% off. I love you, Osea. Thank you. You have made my skin gorgeous. This episode is sponsored by Indeed. If you need to hire, you need Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform with over 350 million global monthly visitors, according to Indeed data, and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. Ditch the busy work week, use Indeed for scheduling, screening, and messaging so you can connect with candidates faster. If you're looking to hire someone, I highly recommend checking out Indeed because without it, the process can be really slow and overwhelming. Trust me, I know I've hired people in the past and it's so hard, but not with Indeed. Join more than 3.5 million businesses worldwide that use Indeed to hire great talent fast. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/XS. That's the letters XS. Just go to Indeed.com/XS right now and support my show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/XS. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? You need Indeed.
I was in the hospital room alone.
Because of COVID.
Because of COVID. So I had nobody with me until like the next day where my mom like got to come in and see me after the surgery. But I was like, I literally only had my phone. That's all I had. And I remember I had like 20% battery and I was like, I'm just going to record everything until it dies. And then I just started recording everything, and it was like my one way of like feeling like somebody was there with me in a weird way. And I didn't decide to like start YouTubing until I did it. Like I wanted to do it for myself, to be like, I want to look back at this video 5 years from now and be like, I cannot believe I went through that.
Yeah.
Like,
no, what it like.
I haven't even watched my YouTube videos.
Really?
No.
Yeah, me either.
I can't.
You can't really go back.
Like,
I mean, no, you can. It takes like 5 years, and then I can watch them back, and I'm like, oh, that's like a different person. Like I'm like a little kid there. But yeah, that's crazy that you had the thought to do that. Even.
Yeah, I was just like, what else do you do?
Because you weren't like necessarily making YouTube videos before that, were you?
No, I didn't at all.
Yeah.
I literally would just make like skate videos, like dumb skate videos of me falling and then landing a trick and like the progress of skateboarding.
Totally.
But like, yeah, I never thought to do like long format YouTube videos. No.
Was it kind
long
of?
format? They're like 3 minutes.
No, that's long.
Longer than
a TikTok, yeah. Was it kind of convenient that it was COVID and like you could wear a mask that whole time too? Like,
dude, I felt so invincible sometimes when I would go into the stores. I'd be like, nobody knows.
Yeah,
nobody knows.
I can imagine. Like, it's just like nice to be like everyone's doing the same thing.
Yeah, and it wasn't like, I honestly think that if the masks weren't a thing, I think I would have probably struggled mentally because I hid behind it so easily. And I would wear tape on my mouth for a year. I didn't have a lip, like I said, so I literally would put this like waterproof tape, and it was destroying my skin, like here and here. Like I just was raw. But I was like, I don't want to be out in public without a lip. Like people already look at me weird. They already assume that I had some type of surgery and that I'm different. So I didn't necessarily like want to be without a mask, but it made it so convenient. Like you said, like I literally just walked in the streets and I was like,
yeah, maybe. And also just like give you time to actually process for yourself before you had to go out and have other people like giving their opinion of what you looked like or whatever.
100%. And I was so thankful for like everyone in my life giving me like the encouraging me to be okay with what I look like, that it wasn't going to be like a forever look. Yeah. I was going to not even get surgery, to be honest with you.
No way.
Yeah, it was bad.
Really?
Because I had gone through so many doctor consultations, and I think I talked to over, I can't even imagine. I don't even remember how many doctors, but it was just like appointments of them being like, yeah, I can't help you, go to this doctor. Yeah, I can't help you, go to this doctor. So it was like referring me to just somebody else to talk to not help me. And I was like, dude, I'm losing hope. My mom's like, just try this one surgeon, please. Like, I've been talking to him. Like, if you do not like him, you don't have to use him. You can go without a lip. And I was like, perfect. I don't even want to have surgery. I'm like, one lip, wonder. That's what I called myself. So,
but it must have been like affecting just like eating and like everything about your life.
Like talking.
Yeah.
When I got to the hospital, I was trying to say my name when I like first got admitted into the hospital. And they're like, what's your first name? And I was like, Brooklyn. But it was like Brooklyn because it's like
you don't know.
So they were like, Brooklyn. I'm like, Brooklyn. And they were like, I was like, oh my gosh, like B, like
yeah.
B.
Oh my god, that would be so.
It was difficult.
You had to like relearn everything. Probably.
And like eating with a spoon, like I still flip my spoon upside down because when you eat with a fork or a spoon, you use your upper lip to like. Wow. You don't think about it until you don't have
really
it.
don't think about that.
Like mouthwash, impossible.
Yeah.
Just went everywhere.
God, that's so wild. But that's great. And then the doctor did such an amazing job.
He's my literal best friend. Yeah, he's amazing.
And it wasn't like one surgery that you had, right?
No, I had like 9 surgeries.
Jesus.
And between that time, there's like a healing process, right? Where you're like just super swollen and it looks like crap and then slowly starts to get better. But yeah, I would be, for 4 weeks, I had to like not do anything. And I bike, surf, and skate every day.
Yeah.
So like I'm super, super active. So like not doing anything took a mental effect on me, I think, too. Just being like looking different. And then I can't work out. And then I'm like just sitting around. But yeah, after that, like you would, from the anesthesia, I was so screwed up from the anesthesia that like skating, I had to like reteach myself how to skate every surgery that I went into. Because you're off the board and then you're like with anesthesia and it screws your whole like.
Your like equilibrium and everything.
Like literally everything, which you don't think about that thing.
No.
Until it happens.
That's what, like, I feel like everything you're saying, I'm like, I would never think of any of these things.
It's weird.
Like, if you don't have, like, a traumatic experience like that, or you don't go through something like that, how would you ever know?
You wouldn't. Because, like, why would you even be thinking about that?
No. What does your surgeon think about you skateboarding? Like, is he like, can you wear a helmet, please?
Yeah, he's like, dude, please.
He's like, don't
mess
like,
up
watch
this
that
work. Board. If it hits your face, you're done.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he's nervous, but I think he like trusts me enough to be like, I am definitely the type of skater now where like before I'd be like, dude, I'm just gonna do it. It's fine. Like, I don't care if I get hurt. Now I'm like, oh no, I'm not even doing that. Like, I have such a respect for my doctor and the work that he has done that I don't want to ever jeopardize anything that we've both had to go through together. Like, I just wouldn't.
And also probably like in general a little bit more cautious as a person.
I'm just way more cautious.
How do you feel around dogs now?
I love dogs. Like, if you know me, I'm like that annoying person when you walk with. I'm like, look at that dog. Me and my friend Lauren, I'd literally send her just pictures of dogs. It's literally just animal after animal.
So
I love dogs. Yeah, I'm definitely like around that dog in particular. I think I'm a little more like cautious of what any big dog can do. It's to me like a pet is an animal first and then an animal first and then a pet second. So once, I don't know, I was around dogs. I've been around dogs my whole life, so I'm not like scared of them. I'm just like definitely more understanding of what they can do.
Yeah. And just like
as you would be with anything.
Yeah, like how could you not? Like, it's like if you got into a car accident.
Exactly.
Like,
you're going to be like looking at them.
Hey, cars can be scary sometimes.
Cars are so scary.
I still am going to have to drive, but they can be scary. Yeah. Yeah, that makes so much sense. Okay, well, thank you for sharing that whole thing. Of course. Because obviously that's been a wild journey for you. And also I feel like that's so much positive, not just you talking about it, but also like you've grown this whole platform now because of talking about it.
So cool. I never expected anything.
Yeah. Did you ever think you would be like someone who would be like an influencer, like doing social media like that?
No, not like to what I'm able to do now, which I'm like so thankful for. But I think when I was posting even like my skate clips, it wasn't like I was doing it for other people to see. It was just always for myself. And I think I've like definitely stayed true to that. Like every video that I want to make, it's because I want to do it, not because I feel like I have to, which is, I think hard in the way that social media works. Like you want to follow the trends, but it's like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
If you don't do it, you're not gonna, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just always am like the type that I'm like, I'm gonna post it if I want to post it, and that's that. I've never felt like I had to post something, which I'm very thankful for, but I never expected to like have any type of platform regarding anything that I have gone through. So I'm super, super hyped.
Well, it helps when you have something you want to say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like some people just like are funny and are like, I could be social media famous, and they just post because they're like that. But then there's other people, it's like, okay, I came on to here to like share like something specific.
Yeah.
And then it gives you like a purpose, and then you feel more drawn and like called to make content versus like just I don't know, sometimes making content, for me at least, in times has felt like very vain.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, what am I making this for? Like, am I just trying?
Myself?
Yeah, yeah. Like, am I just trying to stay relevant right now, or do I actually want to like share these stories?
And that's what I think, like I said, is so like specific to me. I'm like, dude, if I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
Which it's hard to be doing social media and having to stand up for yourself, because you're like, no, but like you said, you want to stay relevant, you want to do whatever you want to do. But I don't think I've ever felt like that was my main source of like income. Like I had a real job before this. I helped teach English as a second language and helped with adults with disabilities, and then I started modeling, and then the attack happened. So I don't know, I never expected any of it, and I think it's super, super cool that I am able to share and, like you said, have freedom to say what you want.
And you can control your own story, which is I think the biggest blessing of social media is just that you're the one who gets to tell it, and no one can really like take your words. Like they can take your words and spin it however they want.
Yeah, they do. That's what I was gonna say. The beginning of the attack, I like deleted Snapchat because I was getting 20 videos a day being sent to me that was all false information. Like that's what I was saying. That was probably one of the hardest parts, was just hearing what everybody else has to say and the way that they would twist my story and the way that they would like make it. Because I was like, I never had a treat in my mouth shaking it in front of a dog. Like, who would do that? Who would put a dog treat in their mouth, first of all? Yeah. But, like, the way that they're able to twist it and make it seem like that, and people believe it, and you're just like, oh, dang.
People can take whatever. Didn't recently something go like viral on TikTok or something where they had made up like a whole fake story about you?
Me?
Yeah.
Having 2 kids?
Yeah.
And my name's Emily.
What the hell was that?
And I have like a mouth problem. Yeah. And that's how I lost my lip. It doesn't even make it, like, I'm like, who? And everyone believes it too.
Yeah. Well, if you
But
didn't
I gave
know,
into that because I'm like, it's funny.
No,
Like,
that was
like, who's
that was
making
insane.
this? Yeah, so my name's really Emily, guys, and I do have 2 kids.
And it wasn't a dog at all. It was something completely different.
For real.
How is your skateboarding stuff going? Like, you said you were saying you're sponsored by...
Yeah, I mean, I'm with Red Bull. I am so
sick.
thankful for them. They're super, super, super fun. I get to go on these cool trips and do adventures, and I would never even dream. You know when you like are a kid and you watch YouTube videos of like Red Bull, and there was like another guy that everybody watched. It was like just adventuring. I wanted to do that when I was older. Now I get to like go on these cool trips and experience life, and I'm so thankful. So
that is so sick.
Yeah, I just skate every day, and I'm, like I said, more cautious now. But I still have
skating.
fun with it. Yeah.
How did you get into skateboarding in the first place?
Ooh, I was on a surf team in high school, and I was always like very interested in skating. My mom and dad have a graphic design company, and I watched them do like stickers and banners for Volcom, Nike, like all these big, super cool companies, and really, really skate and surf influence. And I was always very interested in both, but I was like, how do you even get into that? I remember the guy at Globe Industries, there was like a ramp in their warehouse, and I was like, I want to skate that one day. And I was like 6, and he was like, yeah, good luck, like sick, you should, you know, if you think you can do it. And then I remember the World Industries guy, do you remember like Wet Willie, Flame Boy? Probably not. This is like
are they, what is that?
I don't even know. It's a store.
No,
it was like
I don't know.
It was like a thing really like back in the day. But anyway, this guy gave me a skateboard, and I was so interested in it, but I had no idea what to do. And then I was on a surf team in high school. This kid that used to make fun of me, I watched him eat crap skating. And I was like, oh, I'm going to do it better than you. And I literally picked that skateboard up that guy gave me when I was like 6. I went to the skate park, and I was just watching everyone skate. And that's literally how I got into it. Like, he fueled my
Well, you said
anger.
you said you were bullied?
Yeah.
Really? Like what?
Like
what for?
Oh my God, everything. Like literally everything. So I'm Lebanese and Greek. 2 of the most hairiest ethnicities. Like, so bad. Like, I need to get lasered so bad. But anyway, I would get like bullied for everything. They'd call me like gorilla arms.
What?
Crazy, because I had hair. Like, I was little, and
as humans do, have
like,
hair.
Come on.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like everything. I gave a presentation in school, I remember, and they were like, "Where's your dad from?" And I was like, I had to give a presentation on where my family was from, and I was like, my dad's from Lebanon, and some kid was like, oh, so you're lesbian? And I didn't even know what that was. I literally didn't even, it was in 6th grade, I remember, and I was like, what? I was like, I'm Lebanese. And he was like, you're gay, like, you're lesbian. I never even knew what that was. And I was always like, I was like, no, I'm not.
Whoops. Both and.
You knew. I'm joking. But yeah, just like with everything, I don't know, you name it. Looks, the way I dressed, the way I carried myself.
Crazy because you're so cool. And now like, fuck those people.
But that's like when I was little, my mom was like, dude, they're just jealous of you. Like,
I mean, she's right.
I mean, thanks, Mom, for helping me. Because literally, I would literally go home from school and I was like, I just want to cry. Like, I didn't feel like I fit in anywhere. I didn't feel like, it was just weird. I don't know. And then I got into high school and I did track and I was supposed to go to college for that. And then people were like, oh, damn, you're athletic. You're cool. And then
it turned around. When did you know you were not straight?
Oh. I think you always know.
Yeah.
I think not for everybody, but for me and like in my personal story, and I like grew up in a Christian family. My parents are Middle Eastern, a little bit different growing up in that type of a culture. Very Christian as well. I just said that, but grew up in the church. I always like knew that I was, but I didn't really lean into it until I kind of met my ex, and that was like my first experience really. But like, I think you always know.
You always
know.
It
wasn't like I felt like a certain way about guys and a certain way about girls. Like I was with guys and I was like, I broed them, but I didn't find girls attractive because I wouldn't let myself. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like I don't, still to this day, I don't walk around, I'm not like, wow, she's so pretty. I'm just like,
yeah.
I just exist, I think. I don't know how to explain it.
I'm sure like growing up the way you grew up can make you feel like those things you're not supposed to think
100%.
that. So I think it takes a lot of time sometimes to like deconstruct that and allow yourself to walk through the world and be like, oh, she's pretty and she's pretty or he's cute, like whatever. Because there's so much shame involved with that. Were your parents accepting, considering where they're from?
Yeah, I think my mom was a little more than my dad. But I think when they realized like how happy I was, I think that they realized like, dude, why would we like stop her happiness if it's something that like makes her happy? I don't know. Like there was never like a conversation like, hey, we accept you. It was just kind of like, I was like, dude, this is how I'm going to live. And like, you're either going to accept her or not. And I think they're like, that's our daughter at the end of the day. So I was grateful enough to just kind of like be confident in who I was, where they were like, okay, dude, just do what you got to do.
Well, the timing of the attack and like you coming out kind of the same. Yeah.
Like honestly, yes. I like met my ex 5 days before the attack and then told her like, hey, I'm going to go through a lot. You do not have to stay around me. I want you to like, you know, be happy and live life. And her at the time was like, no, I want to go through this with you. I like you. And I was like, whoa, that's crazy. Like I've obviously felt such strong feelings for her at the time. And, she helped me through a lot. So like, very, very recently, or no, not very recently. Sorry. Very,
like they were like the same time.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
Like got attacked and I was like, hey guys, I'm gay. Like,
yeah. Well, like, I was just going to say like, I don't know if it's a silver lining, but I feel like when your kid or like someone in your life goes through something like that, you kind of just appreciate that they're alive.
100%. So. And I'm pretty grateful about like how everything played out. And I know, like I said, like 20 times already, like everything does happen for a reason, because got into the attack, I was trying to love myself while someone was also loving me. And I think that they saw that and they were just grateful that I was finding myself in every way, like literally standing in front of the mirror and like trying to love what I saw versus like trying to also love who I was as a person. It was like everything at once.
Yeah.
Like you said.
Yeah.
Definitely silver lining.
But are you okay? That's like so.
It was a lot.
That's a lot to go through.
No, it was a lot. And
like both of those things at the same time.
Yeah. I don't even think I had enough time to think about either of them.
Yeah.
Like I was like, hey guys, this is what's happening. Hey, also like, let me go to this doctor's appointment really quick. It was like everything so one after the other that I don't think I ever really had time to think about anything, which is a blessing and a disguise, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I've came to like,
I
mean, things hit you way later, I think, after like stuff happens. But I definitely journaled a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
But that's like, there's just so much to process.
It was a lot. I never really think about it until I actually think about it. Just like I said, like you and I.
Yeah.
We already like told each other that we have ADHD.
Yeah.
So like, just with like the way my brain thinks, I'm always like so go that I don't really have time to think. And it wasn't after until like the first surgery where I had 4 weeks to just like
be alone,
stare at a ceiling. I was like, oh.
Yeah. Finally, like actually processing some of that stuff.
Which I was thankful for.
So was that difficult, like being like starting a new relationship, forget that it was a queer relationship, just like a relationship at all during that must have been.
I think that 100% it was, but it was also, we were both happy with each other's company. I think at the same time, like just genuinely we're both going through a lot and we were just helping each other through it. And it was really nice to experience that with somebody and go through it together and be there for each other. I think being in a relationship is different than like a parent, you know what I mean?
Totally.
Or like a best friend. You just like have a better bond, and going through that and
well, believing that someone could love you while you're struggling with like loving yourself.
Oh my gosh. And the way that I looked, like through every process of the surgery, I looked completely different. And I knew that I looked different, and they were so reassuring. Like, I love you, you're beautiful. And it was nice. Like I needed that person at the time that I had them. And like, dude, I cannot be more grateful.
That's so
for
sweet.
that. Like,
that you had that.
Yeah, I was really, really blessed because, like you said, like going through that and looking like how I looked, like I couldn't even love myself, and that person was able to love myself when I couldn't. So and they taught me how to love myself, which I'm
That's really
so
sweet.
forever grateful for. Yeah.
So like it's giving first love vibe, right?
100%. Yeah.
You were young. You're still young.
Oh my
You're
God.
very young.
Yeah, I was
but
like 3 years ago, man. I was so much younger.
But like first loves are, especially girl relationships, that's
tough.
a huge huge thing to go
When was your
through.
like first love?
When I was like 16.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had like a secret relationship with a girl in
Love
high
that.
school, and it was brutal.
Oh.
But the
Especially
secret
in high
part-
school too.
Yeah.
People are so mean.
No, but we like no one knew, and so it was like a secret thing. So it added to the intensity of it, like being like, this is our secret tiny thing that we have together, and that was just like, so intense and miserable, but like also beautiful, great, but also miserable.
Yeah. I'm sure you learned a lot about that experience too.
Oh my God, yeah, and
About
also
yourself and just like life.
she like also is not like out now still, so that's what, like 10 years ago, and whatever, more than that. How old am I? Doesn't even matter.
Nah,
but
doesn't matter.
don't worry about
Just a
that.
long time ago. Long time ago.
Don't worry about that. No, but she's like still not out. So it was a really interesting process.
Do they consider themselves straight, or do
She's
they?
married. Yeah. I don't know. We lost touch
Yeah.
like after college and stuff, but
Was it a long relationship?
yeah, like from the time I was like 16 till I was like 19, 20, like
Okay.
just like secret on and off, like whole thing.
I mean, that's a long time.
It was a long time, but I think it taught me so much, and I'm glad I had that experience because obviously so much of what I do now is like talking to, for me, it's like me trying to talk to my younger self,
Right.
and just be like, everything's gonna be okay, and like
Because
you
it
can-
will be.
yeah, totally.
Just takes time, but it will be.
Yeah, everything happens for a reason.
Exactly.
If you didn't get that yet,
Just name it that podcast.
Yeah.
This podcast that.
perfect. It's a perfect title. No, but it really like made me understand, like her parents were really not accepting. So seeing that firsthand and like how much that could like really affect someone, like I just get it. When people talk to me about like their parents not being accepting, even though my parents are, I'm like, I've seen what that looks like, and it's wild. Like you just don't think that any parent would not have unconditional love for their kid.
It's kind of wild, and it's
it
hard
happens.
too. Yeah, and it does happen, and I've known a lot of people that have had opposite of like you and I, where it was kind of like cutting them
Brutal.
off, and it's just, it hurts you mentally and physically as well, I think too. But
Yeah, it's
well, I
horrible.
hope her marriage is going well.
Me too. It turns fine. She could be bi.
Yeah,
It's bi. Isn't it bi visibility week or something?
I have no idea, but congrats to everyone.
Yeah, we see you. You're out there.
You're there.
How crazy that you have your first like queer relationship, and then also very publicly.
Yeah.
How was that for you? As someone
Interesting.
who's been through a
Public
few myself,
relationships.
I know how they can be. Was it like,
It wasn't ever overwhelming because I don't think we were doing it for anybody but ourselves. Like genuinely what we were posting was because we wanted to post, and I don't think I ever felt like I needed to post our relationship to
you weren't like trying to prove something?
no,
or,
like at all. Like genuinely I just wanted to post like what we were going through, and I was so proud to be with that person and to experience life and to grow and to learn and like everything that you go through in that type of relationship. So I don't think that I ever felt like
scared from it.
yeah,
or,
I just was like, I don't care what people think. I also was going through that like mental, like if you do not like me, I don't care. Like
Yeah.
if you have something to say, I do not care. I was like, people were making fun of me on the streets for what I look like. I don't care. I just didn't care.
Yeah.
Like at all.
Yeah.
So The internet's always going to have something to say, whether it's trying to make it a positive message or not. It's just, they're always going to have something to say. So I was just like, okay.
Just might as well be honest. This is what's going on.
I didn't know her before the attack.
You weren't aware that she was a public person.
No.
And then, all of that happened at the same time.
Yeah.
It did feel like, from an outside perspective, because I followed you like that whole time, just that it was very casual. It's like, I have a girlfriend and I'm just posting about my girlfriend the way I would if I had a boyfriend.
Exactly. That's how it should be at the end of the day.
It should 100%.
It shouldn't be this like whole like, hey guys, I'm here. Like,
totally.
Which sucks because society makes it seem like that.
It feels like it's a statement, even though it's like, no, it's literally just my life.
Yeah,
and
being
if I'm
with
sharing
a girl.
everything else,
Exactly.
why would I like not share that part?
Exactly. Like I just wanted it to be super like genuine and just like chill. Like there's not, I mean, the people that knew about it, I needed to tell them obviously first before we went and posted it. But even when we posted it, was just very like,
this is reality.
Hey.
Yeah.
Like, but I think like being with a girl in public, everyone obviously, I think they just like assume that's your best friend and it's your hot, like literally every day that you're outside, you're having to constantly come out. I feel like, you know what I mean? You're like, oh, this is family function. Oh, this, you know, it's.
And even with adults, you can call someone your girlfriend and they're still like, literally besties.
Literally, this
I love
is my
those
girlfriend.
best friends.
We've been friends. I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it is. It's like a constant. It's a constant coming out. It feels like, especially when you're younger and around more like family events and like parents and things like that. Like,
as you like, when are you getting a boyfriend? You're like, I'm not. No, this is actually
no plan on that.
Yikes.
How do you think that you would navigate if you got another girlfriend? Would you do things differently with this, like with another relationship? Would you be more private?
I think more private. I'm definitely more private.
More private.
Yeah.
Like, because you've seen what can happen with the fallout.
Like no, not even that. I just I obviously will post 100%, and I feel like I have, but like just like I don't know, I don't want any expectations for a relationship. I don't want to like force something that doesn't feel natural or do it for anybody else but myself. So if I'm gonna post something, I'm gonna post something. It's gonna be like because I want to do it, not because I feel like I have to do it. But yeah, I think like more private.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not like we weren't. I'm still very private with that last relationship, I think. I haven't really, this is like my first time talking about it. And talking and being vulnerable about that relationship. God, I haven't talked about it at all.
They're so
it's
hard.
So weird. Like, it's weird.
It's also really hard to navigate because everyone has social media. So like there's a conversation you could have. I'm sure you talk about this all the time in your life, but then like being on a podcast talking publicly, you're like, who's going to see it? Yeah. Anyone can see it.
I'm like, anyone can see it. I don't care. But yeah, just like, I'm always very.
Yeah. You have to be respectful and navigate, like not wanting to like add to a narrative that is
of course
negative or
whatever. Two sides to every story.
Totally. Especially with your brand being like so positive. You never would want to go
and everything happens. Everything happens for a reason. No, but I mean, even with that relationship, like everything happened the way that it needed to happen. I just want her happy at the end of the day. If she's happy, I'm happy. That's that. I have love for everyone in my life that I am around. So
well,
I don't know.
Very fair.
Leaving it on a positive.
Yeah, no, so fair. Are you dating?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm dating somebody, but it's like,
Got it. I feel like I don't know through your social media.
Yeah, I'm just like chill.
Yeah. You're so chill. Everything happens for a reason.
No, I'm like seeing somebody, but yeah, she's cool. I just, keep it.
Fair.
Yeah. I don't know. How do you feel about like having public relationships and then?
Great question. Stressful. I think the bigger thing for me at this point is just seeing the way that like shipping never dies in a way, you know, how people ship couples.
Yeah.
And
like with an ex or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Does it affect the current relationship? You're in a relationship.
I'm in a relationship. Okay. Yeah. And I feel like it would be impossible for it to not like a little bit affect someone to have to like, it's just weird. It's weird to have to see your person with another person from before, you know?
Yeah.
It's just I don't think we're like chemically in tune with that. Like you see it and you're like, what? So
is it like weird, you're saying?
Yeah, like not for me. I'm so desensitized to it, but I feel like just in general, like it's just an odd thing. And then every time you have another relationship or if you have like whatever, then they're having
still there.
Yeah. It never like the internet never dies.
Because you had how many like public relationships?
This is it's
our first time meeting and I'm just really trying to get to know you.
No, this is good. This is good. I'm in my 4th relationship that like the internet knows about.
Okay.
But I dated other people too.
Right, of course.
These are like, I've had like 4 long-term relationships, but I am 32, so I'm trying to get more comfortable saying that all the time.
I love
32,
it. Age is just a number.
It is. But yeah, also I think for me, navigating public relationships at this point is also just giving myself grace to be like, I am just a person, and I am
human.
Yeah, dating the way that anyone dates, and
like there's no
sometimes you
timeline
break
on that
up.
stuff. Yeah, you break up, you make up, you do all the things in between, and I think that's like a hard thing too. Because I was talking about one of my friends. I was talking to one of my friends, and they were mentioning like, yeah, I mean, we just broke up like a week ago, and I'm already seeing someone else, and I'm like, I can't judge you.
Yeah,
like. Do what you have to do. There's no timeline on healing. Maybe that'll help you heal. I have no idea. But yeah, I think with like relationships, it's hard, but everyone does their own thing, navigates their own way. I'm like, good for you, girl, I guess.
With your breakup, did you ever announce that you guys broke up?
No.
It just like.
She did.
She did?
Yeah.
Okay.
And when we broke up, it was like you can talk about it if you want. And I was like, I don't even want to talk about like, no.
Yeah.
Like, no. Yeah, no, we never really, there was not like a, hey guys, this
like
is.
Like a statement.
Yeah, and I still get like on all my videos, like, are you and so-and-so still together? Are you guys still together? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh man, watch her video. Watch her last video.
Hey, she told
Please.
you.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, it's difficult, like you said, like seeing that stuff because you're like, oh.
Yeah.
You know.
It's just so weird. I mean, social media is just so bizarre. Like
Social media is the worst and the best thing.
I know. It's
like,
such a double-edged sword. And I think about it for like people like us who are going on podcasts or having podcasts, whatever. Literally for everyone to go through a breakup in 2024 is.
I feel like everyone went through it, by the way.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Everyone broke up.
I know. I don't know what's going on. People are falling like
hopefully
flies.
It's getting better.
I know.
Hopefully.
I'm hoping. I'm hoping. But yeah, no. But just like, it's so bizarre that we can look at someone's Instagram, that we can look at someone's Snapchat.
I hate it.
No, you should not be able to see.
Or like if you're healing in a public breakup, right? You're like seeing what the internet's saying about you, try and heal on your own, seeing what other people, like, it's so much. And it's not like you can like shove yourself in a room and just like turn your phone off. Like, I mean, I do, honestly. I'm like the worst. I was speaking earlier, like I'm like the worst social media person because I'm the most present. Like, I'll go to events and I'm like, oh man, I was supposed to take a picture.
Yeah.
Like, dang it. You know what I mean? But I love being like so present and talking and like actually getting to meet people and not like getting to meet people because of
being
you're at an event and you're on your phone. Yeah. So yeah, it's like difficult. And I think, yeah.
How was your healing process, or what helped you heal most after your breakup?
I genuinely, this is going to sound so crazy, but like realizing that if somebody doesn't want you, that they don't want you, and it doesn't have to do with you, but it's like their life path, and relationships are two imperfect people trying to make a perfect relationship, and sometimes you can't always do that. But like for me, I think I was just like, okay, if they don't want me, I'm not going to beg for them. Like, I want to be there for them if they need anything. And I at the end of the day, I look back on that relationship and I'm like, I gave my whole heart and I was so vulnerable and I had so much love for that person. So I think like looking back, there's nothing that I would
you wouldn't do anything differently.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't regret a single ounce of love. I love loving, and I think it's a beautiful thing to be able to love somebody. So yeah, just like
well, I think that's a great point. Like to not take it personally.
Yeah.
It obviously, breakups are horrible. It's impossible. They're the worst thing ever. And
so
it's
bad.
really, really hard not to take it as like a personal reflection of like just you. Like, and feeling, going back to like everything. And it seems like you learn so much from that relationship about loving yourself. So then going through a breakup through that relationship, probably, I mean, all relationships are like that too, but like just feeling like unlovable.
Yeah. Not even like, even in the sense of like, I felt guilty and I was like, oh man, like this person stayed with me through this whole time and they had mentioned something like that.
I mean, when you're going, it must be, I can't imagine going through something that intense, that young.
Yeah.
With your first like real girlfriend. Like there's got to be
trauma bond for sure.
For sure.
100%. And she was going through what she was going through. I was trying to help her with that and vice versa. Like, what do you do in a relationship? You help people. You want to be there for them.
Totally.
But yeah, going through that. Crazy. How do you like?
Yeah. And also, I think it would be impossible not to have some part of you wonder if someone was there for you because of like, because of that, you know. But then you're like, obviously not.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully
no.
not. Hopefully you really did truly want to be with me. But yeah.
And also because it happened, I feel like it's kind of unique because it happened so quickly at the beginning.
Yes.
It's not like you were, I would be more stressed if you were like 7 months into like falling in love and then it happened and then you're like, wait.
Like it was honestly at a perfect timing because I mean, I told them like, you do not have to stay with me. Like this is a long process. And she was just super reassuring that she wanted to be there for me. And I was very thankful that she stayed with me, of course. But yeah, But
that's just human nature to look back on any relationship and be like, was that because of this? Was that because of that?
You
like,
second guess everything that you go through, especially when you get broken up with. You're like, wait, could I have done this better? Like, what about this? And then you're like, dude, it doesn't even have to deal with you. Like, not
no, so many breakups really are not about the other person. It's so cliche, like the whole like it's not me, it's not you, it's me thing. But, like, unfortunately, that is true, especially so true. When you're young. Like especially
so young.
When you're young.
And like there's so many things that both her and I wanted to accomplish, and just like watching her grow and like do those things. I'm like, heck yeah, good for you. Like I never ever in my life want to be someone that holds someone back from doing something. So,
agree. Also, that's like selfless. Like that. Love is selfless. Yeah. So if you love someone that much and they're like need to go,
you do everything for that person. Like go,
even let them go.
Go,
yeah,
go live your life. I want you to be happy. So even though it hurts like so bad, so bad, yeah. Like oh man, I was destroyed. But yeah, I mean, just being there for that person at the end of the day and watching them do what they need to do is cool.
Yeah,
that's the only positive on social media. Yeah. I'll say when going through a breakup, when you just can disattach like yourself from them and just be like, okay, like
happy for you.
Go be a butterfly.
Yeah.
That was so gay. Go be a
so
butterfly.
Gay. But literally also like that you're very mature to even be able to like think that way.
Thank you.
And be like, okay, I'm letting you go so that you can be all the things that you need to be. It's like,
I mean, and you can't force somebody like if they're not feeling the same.
No.
You can't force somebody to stay with you. Like then that's going to just be awkward. And then you're just it's going to be so awkward. But you're going to be thinking about it like, are they just staying with me because they feel bad or do they actually want to be with me? It's
totally.
Like if you're having second thoughts on somebody, like please go. Because I want somebody to choose me all the time and I want somebody to like literally want me so bad that I'm like, do not question anything about that relationship.
Totally. And you deserve that, and you'll have that. So
thank you. Yeah.
Perfect. Can I ask you a question that maybe is?
Go.
I hope that it does not hurt your feelings.
No.
Okay, because we talked about it was hard to eat and it was hard to drink. How were you like kissing,
dude? Like I literally didn't even have an upper lip. So awkward. Yeah, I don't even know. Like when I mean, even now, like, I can't really feel it, so it's, like, awkward, right?
Really?
I mean, I think I'm a fine kisser, and I've definitely been like, hey, was that, like,
how am I doing?
Was that good? Yeah. But, yeah, it was weird. When we first got together, it was, like, kind of, like, I think mainly just, like, kissing the bottom lip.
Yeah.
Because there was nothing there. It was literally just, like, gums. But, yeah, it was, like, interesting, I think.
Adjustment?
Yeah.
So you can't feel your top lip now?
I can feel the top lip, but, like, yeah, when I'm kissing now, like, it definitely, like, you can, like, I can feel. But, like, yeah, in the beginning when I just didn't have anything, it was definitely just, like, lower lip kiss. And I know people all the time on the internet, how do you kiss? Like, oh.
I only am asking because I'm like.
No, it's so interesting.
And also, like, queer relationships and sex. So I'm like, it is an element of, like, the physicality that I'm like,
definitely.
How is that working? Yeah, and also, like, had you kissed when you had met?
No.
Like 5 days before?
We didn't even kiss. So she, like, the first time we kissed was, like, without my lip. Like, that was our first kiss. And I was like, and it wasn't until months after. Like, because I literally had, like, an open wound. And I didn't want to be like, come here. Like, like, bleeding and stitches everywhere. Like, that's crazy. But, yeah, we didn't even, like, kiss for a while. So it was really a relationship built on, like, friendship and being there for each other, which was cool.
Yeah. I'm sure there's, like, so much positive about that.
Yeah.
Like, we could all slow our roll with our physicality sometimes.
For real, you little horny people.
Especially lesbians.
Oh.
Like,
no, but it's cool. It's cool to be like, have like chemistry with somebody. Yeah. Like even now, like in my life, like just like having someone that you're just like, ooh, like it's fun. It's cute. Now I have a lip and I think kissing's better.
You're like,
hopefully I'm like, oh,
am I doing an okay job?
Yeah, please tell me.
That's so, and also crazy because you had 9 surgeries.
No, I know.
9.
Too many. Like, why?
And 4 weeks after each one to heal?
Like 4 to 6 weeks.
Oh my God. Okay, another thing I think is so interesting that you post about all the time is like the hair situation.
Oh my God, dude, like, I told you I'm Middle Eastern. Like this shit just grows. Like it's so bad. Oh, sorry. How'd I do? No, I'm kidding. It's so bad. I'm like so hairy, and it's annoying because it's from the inside of my wrist, which you wouldn't like expect to be hairy. But I'm Middle Eastern, so it's hairy.
Yeah.
I like epilate the hell out of my arms, so I get rid of all that hair. But like, yeah, on my upper lip, it just grows. And then my doctor's like, it means it's healthy. I'm like, can it like
Can it be a little less healthy?
Can it chill?
No.
So I don't know if I can get lasering or what on that, but I definitely would love to get rid of it because it is like, I'm like, oh, I literally have a stash. Like,
stop.
Not even kidding.
No.
Peach fuzz.
But also like
more than that. It's a lot.
Okay, me too though. And I didn't have anything happen.
Damn,
so
thank God.
And I'm like Irish, so
Are they hairy?
I'm no, not supposed to be. Not I don't think.
Does hair like grow when you're stressed?
I don't know, but my upper lip as I got older, the hair changed and got darker.
Does it curl?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Could
any
talk to
minute.
you soon. I'll be like, hey.
No, I bleach my arm hair.
Dude, I used to do that, and I would have such thick hair that it would just itch so bad, and it wouldn't even work.
Really?
And I got waxing down there once.
I've never done that.
I am telling you right now, I would rather get attacked by a dog again than have to wax. I swear to God, the most painful. And I went to a lady that was painless. I was dying. Like, absolutely never again. I want to get lasered. That's all I'm going to do.
Well, a laser apparently hurts too.
But yeah, but then it's like, okay, like waxing, I waxed 1 week later, hairy.
No way.
I swear to God. I was like, girl. And she couldn't even get all the hairs. Like, my hair is thick.
You have so much hair on your head.
I have a lot of hair everywhere.
You have really pretty hair.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that. That's the only thing about being Middle Eastern that I'm like, okay, the hair's good on the head, but like everywhere else can literally chill. Like,
okay, but also maybe I feel like you could embrace more of your hair.
No, I love my hair.
Yeah.
Love it so much. Like when I skate, I'm like, that's so fun.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it doesn't need to be everywhere.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get lasered next time I talk to you. I'm going to like tell you about my session.
Please do.
I will.
I've never gotten waxed.
Don't.
No, I don't want to.
Oh my God.
It sounds terrible. Everyone who I talk to about it, except for then there's random girls that are like, it's really not that bad. I'm like, what?
Dude, I'm telling you right now, I'd rather get attacked. Like, that was not painful. When I waxed, I literally felt like I was going into labor. This is how I assume childbirth to be. Waxing. The worst thing in my life, actually.
I also just don't want anyone down there.
I was sweating. My back, I was literally like, I was like in so much pain.
Did you go by yourself?
No, I went with my ex and she was fine.
Of course.
And she was fine. And I was like,
were you like crying? Did you cry?
No.
Are you lying?
No, are you supposed to cry?
No,
I was just in pain. Like,
I
was
would
like,
cry. Have you ever gotten what's it called? Threaded?
Yeah,
like your
that's
eyebrows
fine.
threaded or anything?
I like that.
Oh my God. When I get my eyebrows threaded, I will cry
little...
one tear at a time. Literally, when it's this eyebrow, this tear. This eyebrow, this tear. It's like uncontrollable.
Do you go before your period? Because that's another thing that the girl asked me. She's like, are you about to start your period? And I was like, no. Like, I just hadn't. She's like, it's the like least painful time. You're not supposed to go like 2 weeks before your period or something.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because you're like pain
tolerant.
Isn't it
like,
so
what?
crazy? I was just thinking about this the other day.
Your body.
But you know, like your period makes you weaker. Like it can make you physically weaker because you are like shedding blood.
Is that why we're like emotional and like we are always hungry?
But like
are
like
always
your like muscles are weaker. Like you can like PR
what?
In like a bench press, like, and then when you're on your period, not be able to do that.
That makes sense though, because when I'm like skating, I'm like I can't even kickflip right now.
No, literally, it makes you weaker. But
I'm literally gonna use that as an excuse for everything.
True.
I'm like, dude, I'm on my period. I'm just.
It's so true, but I was thinking about it because I had, do you know Nikki Hiltz?
No.
They're like a non-binary Olympic runner.
So sick.
So sick. And they were on.
I'm going to look them up.
2 weeks ago. But I was thinking about it and I wanted to ask, but I forgot. But just like, what did the Olympians do? Because like, imagine you were like a shot put thrower and you were on your period.
And you're like,
and
I
then
can't
I'm
even
like,
pick up the ball.
Yeah.
Dude, I never even thought of that.
They probably, I wonder if they're on like, the pill or something so that they could manipulate their period.
Like a strength pill? Oh,
no,
like
the
birth
pill.
Like, are we not supposed to say it?
No, we can say birth control.
You just like whispered it, so I got a little scared.
Birth control. I'm not really familiar with birth control myself. Yeah, I've never had sex with a boy.
I've never had gold stars. Isn't that what we're called?
Yeah. I love that you like don't know anything about, like you were saying before, you like know very little things about. Do you hang out with gay people?
I like could definitely have more gay friends, but I just like feel like I'm all around sweaty boy skaters and I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's like, and I mean, when I was skating Venice all the time, like I had my little like group of people, but there was like everything in between. It wasn't like one specific, but I'm also the type that like, I travel and I do a lot of things, so I meet a lot of really cool people, but I don't like have like, I do have a core group of people, but I don't see them all the time. But
Yeah.
no,
like
they're,
a floater.
they're gay.
Yeah. You got gay people.
But I'm not like those like West Hollywood girlies that like, that's all they hang out with. Like I would love to be, that's cool. But like, I just, I don't know. I don't even think it's like, some people ask, like they're like, are you straight? Like sometimes they don't. I'm like, look at my outfit. Like, come on.
Am I straight? Come on.
But yeah.
You live like down south.
Now I am, yeah. Back in Laguna Beach. It's nice. Surf, bike, and skate every day. I'm like literally an outdoorsy little person. But there's not like a huge gay scene, I don't think. I mean, look, like now with social media, I feel like a lot more people are questioning what they are, I think.
Yeah.
Especially with like the younger community. They're like, I'm like bi. I'm like, okay, cool. Have you ever been with a girl? No, but I'm like, okay, sick. Like,
yeah.
It's a little bit.
So much more access to the information and also like seeing so many more queer people like on social media.
Like, I didn't even know what lesbian was. I said in 6th grade, they were calling me lesbian. I was like, what is that? And I remember I asked my mom, she's like, why? Like, who said that? And I was like, oh, I have no idea. So then I always just thought it was like a negative thing.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? Like, even the word lesbian like scares me a little bit. And I'm like, why?
No, I know. I hope that it's changing. But it's because of the way people used it for so long. It always felt like an insult.
Yeah.
Even gay, too. Like, when we were younger, it was like,
what do you call yourself? Or you just like...
I'll say I'm a lesbian, but
like, if you were actually...
I used to also have, like, a kind of, like, negative connotation with the word lesbian. Like, when I was, like, 19, 20, I would only call myself gay. I could be like, I'm gay, whatever. And then as I've grown this platform and also been like, okay, my whole thing is talking about my queerness. Yeah. And I am a lesbian, so I'm I'm just going to own that I'm a lesbian and say the word, because I feel like if people use it without that, like, vitriol and, like, anger and hate and whatever, then people get more familiar with the word.
Yeah, you're right. So, in a positive way.
In a positive way. Yeah, I'm a lesbian.
Sense. I love that.
So I'll, like, write it. I really leaned in.
You're doing positive affirmations with the word lesbian every day, huh?
I'm trying.
I'm going to start doing that.
I'm trying.
I'm going to text you every morning. Good morning, lesbian.
I'm going to text you back and say it.
I can't wait.
You need to see it more than I need to see it.
I do, huh?
Yeah.
It's not like it's just like a weird word.
Yeah.
But it's not because I don't accept myself. Like, I will never have sex with a man. I know that. But I'm just like, I'm just being honest. But like,
the word itself.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think because I got made fun of and they like made it seem like a negative thing.
I mean, totally.
Like, I'm pretty sure that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it
also,
makes sense.
It makes sense too because of the Lebanese lesbian thing. Isn't there like a vine, like a viral vine of someone being like, "You're a lesbian," but it was like Lebanese? I have to find it.
Oh yes.
Right?
I think someone sent it to me.
You're like, "You're Lebanese." I have to find it.
No, I'm lesbian.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably.
I'll find it.
I think so. You should send it to me though.
I will. How did your parents meet? Like, did they meet in California?
Yeah, my parents. So my mom's from Greece, my dad's from Lebanon, like I said. But
yeah,
they met
in there. Both of them born.
Yeah, and then they like came here, and I don't know. Yeah, my mom was already in Pacifica.
Got it.
Yeah, in Pacifica. She doesn't like the weather there. It's too gloomy, she says. But she came down to Anaheim. She was working with like graphic designing. And then my dad moved to Chicago, got sick of the weather, came to California, also did graphic design, met each other in the shop. My mom was like the only one that's working. And my mom was also like a tomboy herself, like motocross, biked when she was like young, super cool. But yeah, like they found each other and now
thank God they didn't like the weather.
I know.
Yeah.
Like Chicago after going to Lebanon, like Lebanon's like so amazing. Nice and like
that's
cool.
So nice. That's because it's kind of crazy that they both met each other.
I know. Like, but now they do graphic design. They've had like a business for like a really long time.
And you have 2 brothers.
I got 2 brothers. I have an older brother and a younger brother.
Are they both also skateboarding, surfing? No. What do they do?
I'm like the man of like the 3 of us. Like I'm like doing all the. No, my brother in high school did like football, and then he like continued doing football. And now he doesn't do football. Obviously, he's older. I have a little girl,
cute.
So I'm like, you're gonna
skate.
Aunt? I'm an auntie.
That's so cute.
And I am gonna make that little girl have the best life. I'm like, I'm gonna teach you how to skate. You're gonna do all the dumb shit I do.
I want to be an aunt so bad because I'm
fun.
So not ready to be a mom.
Yeah.
So
you want kids?
Probably.
Yeah.
I think
That's cute.
I go back and forth all the time.
I don't want
I mean,
them.
I don't go. I think I want kids. I'm like pretty sure.
Yeah.
But you don't want kids?
No.
Never.
No. I want to be like that like cool aunt that's like somewhere and then comes back and I'm like, what's up?
Fuck yeah.
I just like don't want to like kids are cute and everything.
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh, taking care of them for 18 years and then making sure that they're a good person with this society. I'm like, I don't want that responsibility.
I know, that's my thing. Honestly, it was like global warming, COVID, Black Lives Matter, everything happening. That one, I was like, I'm gonna bring a kid here. Like,
and it's like only getting worse. I feel like, and I'm just like, I'm good.
It's so scary. But do you feel like dating? Is it hard to find girls who don't also want kids?
Honestly,
because I feel like that.
I don't know. It's like
girls I've ever dated want kids.
Yeah, I'm like not like I don't know. Like I don't know. I don't really guess. I don't really bring it up. I think the person that I'm with, I think they were like, yeah, I would have a kid. But like it's not like
it's not like tomorrow.
Yeah, we're doing it.
Yeah.
It's also like in our situation, like you can't just like get pregnant. So it's like you have to like plan for it, and that's the thing. Or you can adopt, of course. There's so many ways to get kids, but I'm saying like
to get them,
you gotta go wrangle them up. Yeah, but it's
but it takes planning. It's not like gonna just like accidentally happen.
I feel like I'm also just so busy with my life now. I would just never want.
Yeah,
like I already said, I do not want kids. So if the person that I want,
that
I have wants a kid, I'll be like, okay.
I can't even have a pet right now. So
I have a dog. She's like literally my kid.
She's
so cute.
See, you don't need a kid. You have a kid.
I do have a kid.
See, and
you can leave them at the house.
Yeah,
and they don't cry.
That is nice.
So
the crying part is
no,
nice.
I love kids. They're super cool. I just like
no, but you get the best of both worlds when you're an aunt.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my god, your baby's so cute. Like that's literally my niece, and then I get to see her, and then I'm like, bye.
And then I get to leave.
See you next week.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That's all you need.
You have the responsibility without having the responsibility.
Exactly.
If that makes any sense at all.
I feel like it makes perfect sense.
Perfect. Okay. Love that.
We can both just travel the world kidless.
Dude, let's go.
Yeah.
Like I think we should just go on a trip.
Should we go now? I need to get out
go.
of California.
Let's go.
Except for actually I don't. It's finally not hot now.
Yeah, dude, the weather's been crazy.
Like last week was
way
crazy.
Too hot.
How did we get into the weather from I don't even know where we started.
Hey guys, we're gay to
Yeah.
How's the weather out? It's actually cold outside right now.
I know, it's crazy.
I have a jacket in the car, like waiting for me.
God.
A little hoodie, like ugh.
And I just gave you a new sweatshirt.
I can't wait. Actually, I'm wearing that one.
Perfect.
Thank you so much for that, by the way.
Yeah, anytime.
Cannot wait to skate in it.
Oh my God, please tag me.
You're going to be like, wow, she's in it again.
No, please wear it. I got you a large because I feel like you wear like oversized stuff.
You know, she knows.
Oh, I'm with you.
All that research. Good job.
Okay, I feel like we did it, right?
I think we did it.
Do you feel good? Wait, do you have anything coming up? Like working on any projects or like anything people should keep an eye out for on social media?
I don't know.
No?
Like I'm definitely trying to do everything, so.
Yeah. There will be stuff.
There's going to be a lot of stuff happening. Stay tuned.
Yeah. Okay, you guys follow Brooklyn on all of her socials. I have them in the bio below, description below. And yeah, thank you so much for coming on my podcast.
Thanks for having me.
I hope you guys love her as much as I do. And yeah, stay positive. Everything happens for a reason.
Go hug someone you love today.
Yeah, please. Okay, bye.
Bye.
This episode is sponsored by Indeed. Hiring? With Indeed, your search is over. Indeed is a matching and hiring platform that doesn't just help you hire faster. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites, according to a recent Indeed survey. Leveraging over 140 million qualifications and preferences every day, Indeed's matching engine is constantly learning from your preferences. So the more you use Indeed, the better it gets. I don't know about y'all, but 2024 has been a crazy year watching my friends and my loved ones go through job searches. It's been wild out there, and Indeed makes the hiring process so much easier because it's all in one place. So whether you're hiring or looking for a job, Indeed is the right platform for you. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/XS. That's the letters XS. Just go to Indeed.com/XS right now and support my show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/XS. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? You need Indeed.